Consent is a foundational concept in many regulatory frameworks, especially when it comes to handling personal data, medical information, or entering into agreements. Understanding what consent means and why it's required is essential for both organizations and individuals. In this video, we'll explore the regulatory requirements for consent, why they matter, and how they impact everyday practices in various industries. Let's begin by defining consent and its significance in the context of regulations. Consent in a regulatory context refers to a person's clear and voluntary agreement to a proposed action, such as the use of their data or participation in a program. It must be given freely without coercion and with a full understanding of what is being agreed to. This means organizations must provide clear information and ensure that individuals are making informed choices. Let's look at how consent is typically defined in legal and regulatory documents. Many laws and regulations around the world require consent before collecting, using, or sharing personal information. For example, the General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR) in Europe and the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act (HIPAA) in the United States both set strict standards for obtaining consent. These laws are designed to protect individuals' rights and ensure transparency in how their information is handled. Consent can take several forms, including explicit, implicit, written, or verbal. Explicit consent is a clear affirmative action, such as signing a form or clicking an "I agree" button. Implicit consent may be inferred from actions like continuing to use a service after being informed of changes. Regulatory requirements often specify which type of consent is needed for different situations. Key regulatory requirement is that consent must be informed. This means individuals must receive clear, understandable information about what they are consenting to. Organizations must explain the purpose, risks, and benefits and give people the chance to ask questions. Without informed consent, any agreement may be considered invalid under the law. Regulations often require that only individuals with the legal capacity to consent can do so. This means minors or those unable to understand the agreement may need a parent or guardian to provide consent on their behalf. Laws may set specific age thresholds and require additional safeguards for vulnerable populations. Another important regulatory requirement is the right to withdraw consent at any time. Individuals must be informed that they can change their minds and stop participating or sharing their information. Organizations must make it easy to withdraw consent and must respect this decision without penalty. Regulations often require organizations to keep records of when and how consent was obtained. This documentation is crucial for demonstrating compliance during audits or investigations. Records should include the date, method, and content of the consent, as well as any related communications. Transparency is a core principle in regulatory requirements for consent. Organizations must communicate clearly about what data they collect, how it will be used, and who it will be shared with. This openness builds trust and ensures that individuals are making truly informed decisions. Some types of information, such as health data or financial details, are considered especially sensitive. Regulations may require additional steps to obtain consent for these categories, such as more detailed explanations or higher standards of proof. Organizations must be aware of these special requirements to remain compliant. With the rise of online services, obtaining consent digitally has become common. Regulations require that digital consent be as valid as traditional methods. This means using clear language, avoiding pre-ticked boxes, and providing easy ways to review or withdraw consent online. Failing to meet regulatory requirements for consent can lead to serious consequences, including fines, legal action, and reputational damage. Regulators may investigate complaints and require organizations to change their practices. Staying compliant is not just about avoiding penalties, but also about respecting individual rights. To ensure compliance, organizations should regularly review their consent processes, train staff, and update policies as regulations change. Using clear forms, providing easy opt-out options, and maintaining good records are all part of best practices. Proactive compliance helps build trust and avoid problems. Consent requirements can vary significantly between countries and regions. For example, the GDPR in Europe is stricter than some other frameworks. Organizations operating internationally must understand and comply with all relevant laws, adapting their consent processes as needed for each jurisdiction. In summary, regulatory requirements for consent are designed to protect individuals and ensure transparency in all interactions. By understanding and following these rules, organizations can build trust, avoid legal issues, and create a safer environment for everyone. Remember, consent is not just a checkbox, it's a commitment to respect and responsibility.